Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I've got a pretty exciting episode for you where I'm going to be comparing the Canon EOS R5 versus the R6. But first, a little bit about me. My name's Ben. I'm a self-taught wildlife photographer and I've got a master's in wildlife documentary productions. I've been shooting wildlife now for about 4 years and I use the Canon 7D Mark II with the 100-400 f4.5 to 5.6, which I think is a great setup. So my channel is all about usually taking you guys out, and I just try and photograph wildlife and you get to see that experience. I've done a few gear reviews before, however I don't really enjoy doing these ones as much. That being said, that's exactly what this series is all about. So this is the first real series I've ever attempted on my YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to be starting it off by comparing the Canon EOS R5 and the R6. Both of these cameras that I'm really interested in right now with regard to wildlife photography. The idea is that once a month I'm going to be creating a poll of say 3 or 4 different combination of camera battles, and I'm going to be putting that out there on my YouTube channel for my subscribers to vote on which one I'm going to be comparing in the next month's video. So if you want to take part in that, make sure to subscribe so that you can join in and also become part of the community. Now, if you look in the description down below, you will see a downloadable document which will include a table comparing the two cameras. This will highlight the similarities and differences between the two cameras. The idea of this document is that it gives you a place to go where you can find out most of the information for both of the cameras so that you don't have to keep coming back and re-watching this video. And I will plan on doing this for every video I release in the series. So guys, if you think that there's anything else in those documents that you would like me to add, especially on the table, if you want me to change the colours or something, please let me know. This is the first one I've done yet, so I'm sure it's not perfect. So I feel like this series is a great idea to help educate myself about what equipment is out there for us as wildlife photographers. And I look forward to learning about some potential bargain deals of cameras which may be overlooked by say the bigger cameras such as the R5 and the R6. So if you guys have any ideas of any cameras that you want me to compare, it can be literally anything, doesn't have to be Canon, please put a comment down below and I shall add it to the monthly vote. So how is this series actually gonna work? Each episode is going to be broken down into 4 parts. These are the primary features of a camera that I believe are crucial and the most important for us as wildlife photographers. Part 1 is going to be looking at the focusing system. Part 2 is going to be looking at the camera's capabilities in low light. Part 3 is going to be the design and durability of the camera. Part 4 is going to be looking at the price. And finally, to round it all off, we shall have a conclusion. Now, I'm sure that this will change and adapt as the series progresses, but I feel as though this is a good starting point. And if you guys, again, if you guys think that there's anything else that should be added, another part or anything like that, drop a comment down below and I shall look into adding this for you. So today we're going to be kicking things off by comparing Canon's 2 new full frame cameras, the Canon EOS R5 and the R6, both of which have some incredible features, and I'm really excited to get into this. So the R5 has an incredible autofocus system built within it. It has 1053 phase detect AF points, it has 100% coverage from edge to edge, it has the dual pixel AF2, a renowned autofocus system made by Canon, which is one of the best out there. It also has touch and drag AF and focus guide in manual AF. The R5 also has 12 frames per second in mechanical shutter mode, going up to 20 frames per second when you go into silent shooting mode on the electronical shutter. It has a dual pixel CMOS AF with eye face detection and animal tracking AF, and it has a Digic X processor which is the same as the one you get in Canon's flagship 1DX Mark III. Some pretty incredible features if you ask me. Now, the Canon R6 has the exact same features, but it also has more selectable AF points with a total of 6,072 compared with the R5's 5,940. Aside from the slight differences that these two cameras have, they are virtually the same when it comes down to autofocus. And in my opinion, autofocus is one of the most important factors when deciding what camera you want. for a wildlife photographer. So the R5's low light capabilities, it is a full frame camera with a 45 megapixel sensor. It has up to 8 stops of stabilization, 5 from the body, and then you can get an additional 3 from certain lenses. Its ISO ranges from 100 to 51,200, which can be expanded to 102,400. Now the R6 is also a full frame camera, and it has the same IBIS as the R5, but it differs in megapixels and ISO. The R6 only has 20 megapixels and the ISO ranges from 100 to 102,400 and can be expanded to 204,800, giving it an additional stop when compared with the R5. Now the fact that the R5 has 45 megapixels over the R6's 20 megapixels doesn't necessarily make it a better camera. Yes, for wildlife photography it does have the advantage that you are going to be able to now crop in further into your images in post compared with the R6 because it has less megapixels. That being said, the R6 is going to perform better in low light because it has less megapixels on the sensor, but they are larger. This is why it also has more capabilities with its ISO, because it is able to extend that little bit further and perform a little bit better in low light situations. Now, as I said earlier, I've come from using the Canon 7D Mark II, which I think is around about 20 megapixel camera, and I've had no issues cropping with that up to no more than 50% crop on my images without losing any sort of detail or information from the image. There's a buzzard. That being said, my 7D Mark II is a crop sensor camera, which means I will be losing some reach if I go to the R5 or the R6 because they're both full frame cameras, which means I might want to actually crop in even more than I previously have been because I have lost that additional reach from going to a full frame camera. So pros and cons for both the R5 and the R6 in this situation. So design and durability for the R5. The R5 has professional grade weather sealing, and tests conducted by petapixel.com concluded that this camera has some of the best weather sealing that they have ever seen in a camera. The R5 also has a top mini LCD screen, 2 memory card slots, one SD and one CF Express. It weighs around 1.62 pounds, which is 738 grams. It has a 3.2 inch, 2.1 million dot LCD vari-angle touchscreen. It has an RF mount, and it has an LPE6NH battery with USB charging and also a grip available. Now the R6 also has weather sealing, but it's not as good as the R5, and it's more similar to, say, the 6D Mark II, whereas the R5 is more similar to the 5D Mark IV. The R6 has 2 memory card slots just like the R5, however both slots are for SD cards, which is good news if you're already a photographer and you've already got your SD cards, which means you won't have to invest in the more expensive CF Express cards. The R6 is the lighter of the two, coming in at 1.5 pounds or 680 grams. The R6 also has a smaller, lower quality screen at 3 inches and 1.62 million dot vari-angled LCD touchscreen. Both the R5 and the R6 have the RF mount. However, from conducting my research and watching other YouTubers, I have found out that you can use your old EF lenses with the RF, the EF to RF adapter, and they work flawlessly with no real issues. That being said, if you want to use it with a teleconverter at the same time, apparently this doesn't work well at all. So that is definitely something to keep in mind, especially if you're transitioning from a crop sensor camera to a full frame camera and you want that extra reach. You're not going to be able to use an adapter with a teleconverter, as apparently this doesn't work well. So moving on to the last part, and that is price. The Canon R5 is priced on their website at $4,299.99, and the R6 comes in much cheaper at $2,929.99. So you might be wondering, why would you go for the R5 over the R6, considering they're basically the same camera with some minor differences, specifically when focusing on wildlife photography, as they both have the same autofocus system, including the animal IAF and the exact same processor. Well, the major difference comes when you want to use video. Video is where the R5 really shines. The R5 offers 8K raw video, while the R6 only offers 4K at 60p, which is, to be honest, for me, more than enough. The R6 is also able to shoot 1080p at 120 frames per second with some super impressive slow motion shots, but if video is your primary focus, then the R6, or the R5 sorry, is probably the one for you. So to conclude, for me, I think the R6 is the clear winner for any amateur or even professional wildlife photographer. The R6 has all of the same features as the R5, with the main difference being that it has a 20 megapixel sensor versus the R5's 45 megapixel sensor. There are pros and cons to both, and I wouldn't choose one from the other, but the fact that the R6 has less megapixels means it should perform better in low light due to the larger size of the pixels on the sensor. The other main difference is the weather sealing. If you plan to take your camera out in the rain, you should be fine with either camera, but the R5 has that extra protection for added peace of mind in harsher conditions. So unless your budget is unlimited and your primary focus is video, then I'd say the R6 is the winner here. So guys, that's pretty much it for the comparison. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the two cameras and if you think I've missed any vital information. So if you like the series and want more videos just like it, make sure to subscribe and drop a comment down below. Remember, I've attached the links to a variety of useful resources down below regarding the Canon R5 and R6. And guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.